Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining today, and thank you so much for Parta and Sharon for organising this amazing event. I've only got 10 minutes, so I want to whiz you through a quick lowdown of the Northern Territory and show you 8 incredible reasons to visit. As I'm sure a lot of you are aware, the NT is positioned in the central north region of Australia. It encompasses everything from Uluru in the centre of Australia all the way up to Darwin in the north. So when talking about the NT, we talk about it in 2 different regions. So we've got the top end and we've got the red centre. And the top end consists of Darwin, Kakadu, Arnhem Land and Katherine. And then the red centre consists of Tennant Creek, Alice Springs and Uluru. The top end is very green, it's very tropical, whereas in contrast, the red centre consists of red desert and unique rock formations. So we'll start with my reason number 1, our diverse and tropical capital city. So Darwin is our capital. It is the closest capital city within Australia to Asia, and therefore has a real multicultural feel, especially when it comes to food. The restaurants are fantastic, as are the street markets, which make up such a big part of Darwin's personality. Darwin is also packed full of fun activities such as jet skiing around the harbour, there's sunset sailing on the Arafura Sea, you can fly over the wetlands. So we really recommend staying at least a couple of nights here to make the most of our wonderful capital. So my first quiz question is Darwin related. How long does it take to fly from Singapore to Darwin? Is it 9.4 hours, 1 hour, 8 hours and 4.5 hours? I'll just wait for the answer. Great. So the majority of you got the right answer. The answer is 4.5 hours. So as you can see, it's super close and accessible from Singapore, and it's also really accessible from Bali as well. It's only 2.5 hour flight. So great location. Let me just see if I can. Oh. Sorry about that. So reason number 2 on my list of why everyone should visit the NT, discovering where the locals go. If your clients want to really immerse themselves in a destination's way of life and enjoy hidden gems that only the locals know about, then the Northern Territory really does have plenty. One of those is Litchfield National Park, which you can see in this picture. It's just an hour's drive away from Darwin, so a really easy day trip. And there are waterfalls and waterholes to swim in, so it's really a perfect place to take a cool dip on a hot day. Moving on to reason number 3. Oh, sorry about this. Let's see if it works now. Okay. Reason number 3 are wide open spaces and incredible landscapes. Once we can all start traveling long haul again, we predict people will be looking for destinations which aren't crowded, where there is space to play and explore, and that is what the NT has in abundance. This image is actually taken in Kakadu National Park, which is the largest national park in the whole of Australia, and it sits in the Northern Territory's top end. This picture is actually taken in Gunlong Pool, which is a natural waterhole you can swim in whilst overlooking Kakadu's stunning landscapes. And this brings me to my next question. What is the total population of the Northern Territory? Is it 245,000, 850,000, 1.3 million people, or 35,000 people? And just choose your answer. And just wait for the results to come in. Yay! So the majority of you are right. The answer is 245,000 people. So there is a really small population compared to the actual size of the Northern Territory. It's absolutely not crowded and a great socially safe distance holiday destination. Let's get my slides working again. So reason number 4 as to why to visit the Northern Territory is relaxing and getting back to nature. There are plenty, oh, gone too far. There are plenty of places to relax in the Northern Territory, but this image is taken in a particularly relaxing natural spot called Bitter Springs. Bitter Springs can be found just south of Catherine, and it's set amongst palms and tropical woodlands. It's made up of spring-fed thermal pools, and they've got a natural current, so you can literally just lie back, relax, and drift around in crystal clear water. I mean, I know where I would rather be right now. Moving on to reason number 5, the history and deep-rooted culture of our authentic outback towns. This image is taken in Alice Springs. It's thought of as the headquarters of the outback and only a few hours flying time from other Australian capital cities. Alice is famous for its beautiful desert landscapes, lively outback characters, opportunities for adventure, and strong Aboriginal culture. We recommend staying a few days because there really is plenty to do. You can watch sunrise from a hot air balloon. You can meet the Aboriginal artists in one of the town's excellent art galleries. You can join a 4-wheel drive and camping tour or hike through the nearby McDonald Ranges. And this brings me to my next question, which is, where's the best place to visit to learn about the history of Alice Springs? Is it the Telegraph Station, Alice Springs School of the Air, outback ballooning, or the Royal Flying Doctor Service? You can just choose your answer now and submit. Great. Yeah, you guys have good knowledge. I'm impressed. So the answer is the Telegraph Station. So the Alice Springs Telegraph Station is a historic museum presenting the story of the connection of Australia to the rest of the world through telegraph communication in 1871. Reason number 6 to visit the Northern Territory is our really easy self-drive routes. We feel that self-drive will be such a popular activity going forward, a really popular way of getting around, and people want the freedom to go where they want and when they want it. And the NT has some really easy routes, which brings me on to my next question. Which of these is the self-drive route that links Alice Springs, Uluru, and Kings Canyon? Is it the Northern Territory Road, the Red Centre Way, Darwin's Route, or the Uluru-Kata Drive? Amazing. You guys are very knowledgeable. So the answer is indeed the Red Centre Way. So this starts in Alice Springs, which takes you to Uluru, Kings Canyon in a big loop before coming back to Alice. And we suggest taking at least 5 days for this trip. We also have a main driving route in the top end called the Nature's Way driving route, and it links up Darwin, Kakadu, and Catherine. And we suggest taking 5 or 6 days for this route to make the most out of each area. Now, moving on to reason number 7. Oh, just resume. Reason number 7 to visit the Northern Territory is the splendour of Uluru. You cannot visit Australia without visiting the incredibly iconic Uluru. It's right in the centre of Australia, sometimes or more commonly known as Ayers Rock. Uluru is over 600 million years old and holds a huge cultural and spiritual significance to the local people. There are over 100 activities to get up to in Uluru-Kata National Park, from walking around the base of the rock to skydiving to helicopter flights. You've got Segway tours, there's camel riding, and there's some really phenomenal dining experiences as well, which brings me to my final question, which is, what's the name of the delicious and popular dining experience under the stars overlooking Uluru-Kata National Park? Is it the NT Supper, Uluru Dinner, Sounds of Silence, or Starry Nights? There's more than one dining experience, but there's only one on this option. Brilliant. Yeah, the answer is the Sounds of Silence dining experience. The Sounds of Silence is an evening of dining under the sparkling outback sky. It really is an absolutely incredible experience, completely unforgettable. So it begins with canapes and sparkling wine upon a dune top overlooking the national park. You'll listen to the sound of a didgeridoo as the sun sets and enjoy a delicious bush tucker inspired menu incorporating native bush ingredients. The evening will end with a resident star talker decoding the night sky. So my final reason to visit the Northern Territory is the incredible hikes and spectacular views. This image is actually taken at Kings Canyon, which is a 300-meter high sandstone wall just a few hours drive from Uluru. It has breathtaking views across the desert and offers a 6-kilometer hike called the Kings Canyon Rim Walk, which goes all the way around the outside and then down into a rock hole that's filled with rare plants. Other famous Northern Territory hiking trails include the Jack Buller Trails in the top end and the Larapinta Trail in the Red Center, which was actually voted by National Geographic as one of the world's top 20 treks. So that's my whistle-stop tour of 8 reasons to visit the Northern Territory. Of course, there are many, many more amazing reasons. And if you want to find out any more about the NT, please feel free to contact me. Sharon will send out my contact details after the quiz, and I'd love to hear from any of you. So thank you very much.